Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 8, Episode 19, titled Where Not to Look for Freedom. Air date April 26, 2011, and the synopsis is...
While Haley stays at home to take care of Lydia, Quinn organizes a concert at Tric. Meanwhile, Brooke gets an offer to return to Close Over Bros, and Nathan sets his sights on exposing Professor Kellerman.
So, I liked how it started with Haley putting Lydia down in her crib. Like, I liked seeing Haley happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last season was not so good, the ending. So I liked seeing her happy and with her baby, and it was just all so happy and sweet. And then you go to the next scene, which is all sad because Brooke is looking at all the baby stuff for her baby and like figuring out how to put it away and all of that. Like, it was like, so it's like you go from happy to sad, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is how the episode is going to start with all these emotions. But because it's weird because like they're two, like it's the same story about a baby, right? But one's happy, one's sad, and it's like, whoa. And you're, as a fan, you're going through the roller coaster for both all together,
right? And then too, did you notice that there are a lot of pink items that Brooke had?
I guess I didn't really pay attention. I think because I was so into because Lydia's room is so pink that I guess it didn't really register.
Yeah, so that was just weird because before the baby was born, they didn't even know it was a girl, yet Brooke has all these pink things. Unless maybe she had like a feeling, maybe, but I just thought that was odd.
Yeah, because remember she was going to do like green and yellow. Yeah, I guess like that's like was it the art department,
right?
Failing at it.
Yeah. And then Nathan, Clay, and Julian go to look at Kellerman's car in the garage. They somehow got in, unless Ian let them in, but I don't think he would to go in the garage.
Cynthia, see the car. That was my thing. I was like, huh? Did I miss something? I know there was no episode between last episode and this episode, but I'm like, what? Because the last we got of Nathan at Ian's was Ian had a party, and that's how Nathan got in. Ian is not there. Don't you think that if Ian had let them in, that he would be standing with them? I was like, there is no way that Ian would just let you randomly go through his house and garage. Like, people don't do that. So I'm just like, what? And so the fact that all three of them are just standing in the garage, and I was like, this makes no sense. How in the world they did this? Because we talked about last time of how would Nathan get back in? Because somehow you have to get yourself back in to truly see evidence, or get Clay to see evidence or something. Like we talked about that. Remember, it was like, because you need someone else to know this information too. But it's just like, how in the hell did they get in there? Like, what did I miss?
Right.
How do you think they got in?
I don't know. Maybe they found a spare key outside the door. I don't know. But I know Kellerman wouldn't do something like that. He's too smart, knowing someone could just find it.
Yeah. So I'm just like, that would make no sense. That would be the dumbest thing you would ever do. And you know what I also think is weird? Is this happened months ago? How is it Professor Kellerman? Because it's his car. How is it that he never got it fixed?
Right, or traded it in and got a new car. Yeah.
Like
something.
Like, he's a professor. He has money. I'm sure, think about it. Anyone with money would want to get that fixed.
Yeah.
It makes no sense that him of all people wouldn't just go and get it fixed. Like,
yeah. And the bottle's still inside the car. Yeah.
Again,
everything's just still there.
Months later. This didn't just
All
happen
the
last
evidence.
week. Yeah, it
Yep.
didn't happen last week, last night. It happened months ago. So you mean to tell me that he's going to have that same bottle in there? No, he's going to have he's not going to have this crap repaired.
Right.
That makes no sense to me. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Kellerman didn't know what Ian did until Nathan confronted him about it, but so maybe that's why he didn't see it like as like a emergency, like urgent to fix it or get rid of it, maybe. But yeah, it's so odd.
But didn't Ian steal Kellerman's car to do it?
I don't even remember whose car it actually is. I think it is Kellerman's car, but he was already lying from, with Ian and saying he did it, but
well,
so he
that's
could be lying
why
about the car as well. I don't know, but
that's why you would go and get it fixed because you don't want anyone to know. So you would go and get it fixed. Like, what? Unless, I guess another theory could be he wanted Ian to get caught. Like, eventually. Like, I don't know. Just, you know what I mean? Because why else would you? Okay, in your right state of mind, you would go get it fixed. You got the money, you would go get it fixed. That's your right state of mind. Your also right state of mind would be to protect your kid, which is to go get it fixed. Which, by the way, he could also drive out of town and go get it fixed, where no one's going to ask what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where
but
in town they would probably ask what happened. But like, so that, but my thing is, my other theory could be like maybe he wanted to get caught. Like, because why else would you have not fixed it?
even though he takes the blame for it. And then the thing is too, what has Kellerman been driving the whole time? Is that the only car he has? Or has he been driving Ian's car?
Does
Like
Ian have a
both
car?
of them. Yeah, that's what I'm like, there's so many things that are missing in this plot. So I don't know.
Because I always thought that Ian drove Kellerman's car because he didn't want to get caught drunk driving. So he took Kellerman's car. But, because, okay, I'm trying to think of that scene of the guys interrogating him.
Yeah, what car was he driving with that girl to the baseball game?
No.
Like, I think it was a convertible or something. So maybe
that's his car.
So I think Ian does have a car.
Yeah. And this is
it's just gone both.
car.
Yeah, it's just gone both times that they're in the garage, I guess. But yeah, because Ian's gone. Well, no, because he was at the party. Why would he be gone when he was at the party? I don't know.
Also,
maybe he doesn't live with Kellerman. Maybe he just likes to party at his dad's house. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he got a ride to his dad's house that one time for the party. I don't know. It's confusing.
Okay, that's my other question. Now that you just brought it up, the party. We never, I guess, touched on it because I guess it didn't come into our heads. But like the party that Ian threw, it looked like his own place, didn't it?
Yeah.
But if Nathan is truly thinking that this vehicle is Professor Kellerman's, that means that this is Kellerman's house that Ian threw a party at. He didn't throw a party at his own house. He threw a party at Professor Kellerman's house. Because otherwise, why would Nathan assume it was Professor Kellerman instead of Ian? If it was Ian's house. You know what I mean? Like whoever's house it is, you're going to assume it's them. So I'm like, and my thing is, I can't really imagine Professor Kellerman and Ian living together. Like, I don't know. They just don't really seem like it. But especially because isn't Ian in college? Like, don't you think he'd be like, have like an apartment with some like, like in a badge, like, I don't know. It just
dorm
doesn't
room,
seem
something.
Yeah, like with a bunch of guys, or like it just doesn't seem like he would be living with his dad. And especially this dad, you know what I mean? And so it's like, huh? And so that's why it's just a little weird because then he throws a party and you know damn well that he wouldn't throw a party at Professor Kellerman's house. Because Professor Kellerman would be at his house. Remember, it was late at night. He would be home. And if Ian's throwing a party, don't you think he would stop the party because he doesn't want his house damaged?
Well, I know that Ian liked to trash his dad's boat, so maybe that's why he partied at the house like this as well.
Yeah, but wouldn't Professor Kellerman have been there?
I don't know. Maybe he had late hours that night at work. I don't know.
Because it's just odd, because that episode, it seemed like Nathan was going to point the finger at Ian because it was Ian's quote, quote, house party that he's throwing. So you would assume that look was Nathan going, it's Ian. Not this episode. He's accusing Professor Kellerman, and it's like, huh? Where did we go? How did we get from Ian's party where this car was to this theory? I'm like, what? That's what I'm saying. I want to know what happened from Nathan's brain from that day to this day. You know what I mean? Like how he didn't assume it was Ian because it was Ian's party to Professor Kellerman.
Yeah, and my thing is too, as long as he's known Ian, he's always drinking or wanting to drink, so I don't know why he jumped to his dad in the first place.
Yeah, you have never seen Professor Kellerman touch a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Not once. He has always been professional, even if he's been an ass, he's always been professional, have the hierarchy, whatever. But the partier has always been Ian.
Mm-hmm.
I would just assume it was Ian.
Yeah.
Even if it's Kellerman's car, Professor Kellerman's car, I would just still assume it was Ian because like Professor Kellerman has never shown me the behavior that he would do this. Also, Professor Kellerman doesn't seem like the person that would leave a scene, a crime scene.
Right.
Where Ian would. So it's like, I'm sorry, but if I'm going off of these two people, I'm going to point the finger at Ian.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very weird how like you go from Ian the last episode to now Professor Kellerman you're accusing.
Right.
And I love how Nathan knows for sure it's Professor Kellerman.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just like, I'm going with it. And it's like, don't you need some more evidence that it's him?
Yeah, it could be just because he doesn't like Kellerman, so that's why he assumed. I don't know.
And then you're gonna go off because Ian hates his father.
Yeah, probably that too. Like, yeah, he keeps saying his dad's no good and all that, so maybe that kind of built it up to Nathan, believing this.
It's like so annoying. It's like, I'm sorry, but just because you're a kid, or just because a kid hates their parent, doesn't always mean that the kid is right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're in your 20s, like the kid could be out of control, like Ian.
Right, and then Nathan never even saw these two together to see how they're, they act toward each other.
Yeah, because it could be a totally different dynamic. We know it's not, but like it could be different. You don't know because you're not around them to know. You have moments with Kellerman, Professor Kellerman, in class, and then you have moments with Ian, and that's it. Like that's all you're basing off of is two people
talking about each other.
Yeah, like there's no thing about it. It's just like what?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, and then remember Professor Kellerman's speech to Nathan of how like, oh, I don't want you to sign my son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but like if I was a parent, I really wouldn't want someone who's still in college either to represent my kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone who has no background in this. Like, yeah, Clay does, but like Kellerman said, he's like a kid. You want someone more professional. And especially when you're going with Nathan, you're like, that's not it. And so that's why I get why Kellerman did not want Ian to sign with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Nathan's like, oh, it's because of me. No, it could honestly just be because you're still in college. You don't even have that degree yet, and you're going to sign his son. Like, I don't have a kid, but I would be protective like that of like, you sure this is the right spot for you? You know what I mean? Just could it go bad? Yeah, because Nathan doesn't know what's going on. So it's like, what? So you could argue that Professor Kellerman was just being a dad, protecting his son, not wanting Nathan to represent him.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, they played it as Kellerman doesn't want Nathan because he hates Nathan and he hates Ian and he doesn't want Ian. Remember, because Ian's like, oh, he doesn't want me to go far, like all of this. And it was like, or your dad could just be looking out for you because he sees Nathan in class, and he doesn't know the big lingo that would be in a contract. It's like, he could also just be a father. And I'm just like, which I feel like Kellerman is.
Right.
Like deep down, like, yes, he's an ass, but like deep down, I do think he is looking out for Ian, where Ian doesn't believe anything. And it's like, eh. It's just so weird though, how you got from that party to here and who let you in? How do you know it's Professor Kellerman? I want answers. This is why I want to know what's inside of Nathan's brain to be like, Clay and Julian, come with me. Let's break in. Like, and also, don't you think the neighbors are around to be like, Professor Kellerman doesn't let people over ever.
Right.
Why would 3 20-year-olds be in his garage? You know, like I would be like looking outside being like, because this is daylight too. It's not even like they're doing this, you know, at a different time. And I'm just like, I would be concerned for my neighbor, the fact that this man don't let people in. And here people, there's 3 in his garage and he doesn't even know. Like, wouldn't you be concerned?
Right. And I saw too that Kellerman was also protecting Nathan in a way by telling him not to sign Ian because he already knows what Ian's like with his drinking and his girls and his messing around. Like he's not going to be a serious player like he should be. So he's going to like screw them both over, him and Clay too, if they partner up in this agency. So
yeah. And Nathan just assumed it was because of him. And it's like, no, I think, I do think, Nathan grew on him. So I think he was looking out for him too. And it's just, it's just, I don't mind Nathan just can't see that.
Right.
He's supposed to be Haley. Sees the best in people.
But he's only doing that with Ian.
Yeah, why are you seeing the best in a troublemaker? See the best in someone else.
Because he sees himself in Ian. That's the problem.
In what? He sees Dan and Kellerman?
Maybe.
Because I don't.
Well, I mean, because he did compare them, like they're, dynamic, because he's like saying he, feels bad for Ian. He knows what it's like to have a hard dad like that because of his dad, stuff like that.
It's just weird.
Like he felt bad for him. And then he keeps pointing out the kind of bottle, the Fidian. I wasn't paying attention to what Ian was drinking, but was he drinking it before? And that's why. Oh, not Ian. He's still on Kellerman. Yeah, so I don't know why he connected that to Kellerman. Maybe there could have been like a bottle, maybe as a decoration in his office that we didn't see. I don't know how he's connecting that to Kellerman either. So
I don't
get it. He's like, he just keeps bringing up the kind of brand every time he confronts Ian or Kellerman or talks about with anybody else. So
well, and then it's weird because of how much Ian drinks. You think you would know by now what the boy drinks. It's just weird you don't. Like, you're with him how much? And you don't know what he likes to drink until the end of the episode?
Right.
What? Just saying.
And then did you think Julian's anger about this was like a delayed, because he seemed like it's like they kind of all moved from it, and then when they find evidence now Julian's all, wild up, going off about it.
I think what happened was Julian, what happened was everything moved so damn fast. It was like this happened, then 2 days later they get, or 2 episodes later they get married. So of course he's going to put a smile on his face because they're getting married. And then after that he brings up this adoption, and it's like then they're focused on that. So I think he's always had something to focus on.
Right.
Since then, that we never saw him or Brooke process it.
Yeah.
We never saw Haley, Nathan, and Jamie process it. Like, there was never an episode after of processing. It was boom, 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 boom. And it's weird because, I mean, the only thing we really heard was Quinn talking about her attack. Remember, to Clay, to Alex. We didn't hear, which was great, but it was all the same night. We heard, didn't we also hear Haley talk about it too? Remember, she was like, oh, I almost lost my sister, blah, blah. So we've heard Quinn, but we've never heard about what the accident at the bridge. And I think that's what's weird is we've heard about Quinn's attack. Why didn't we hear about the same process of emotion for the others involved, which there were more people involved with that than there was with Quinn. So it is weird. And what happened to Jamie? He was a kid. Like, you mean to tell me there's not going to be, like, I'm not going to say, like, you know, like bigger trauma, but like it involved a kid. You would think, like, on a show, you would put that into process more.
Yeah, well, kids can suppress a lot when they
I'm
go
saying
through
for the
trauma.
parents.
Oh, yeah, and then the only time it was brought up was Lauren when she thanked Brooke for saving her life, but that was it too.
Yeah, there was no mention of Jamie, of
The kids.
Yeah, it's weird, and that's why. Because think about Chuck, Madison, they were all a part of it, and
yeah, we haven't seen Madison. Chuck is just with Chase, and Polly suppressed it too. Like Chase doesn't even bring up with him, but yeah.
Well, we did see. Well, Valentine's Day happened after, so we did see Madison and Jamie on a little date.
Oh, yeah, duh, yeah.
We saw the baseball scenes with Chuck, but the anger wasn't from that.
Yeah, just so he couldn't see the ball. Yeah.
And you would think you could actually point that as he's angry about this. But yeah, there's no delay reaction for the kids. There's nothing from the parents. Chase didn't even mention to Chuck's mom. You remember when she was drunk? He never once said you could have also lost your son that night.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you think that would change her? Yeah.
You would say something like that to somebody if you're trying to save somebody's life, a kid, and this parent just keeps drinking, and you could have lost. You know, that person could have lost. You would bring that up, especially because what did Chuck have? What did Chase? Oh my God, the CHs.
Right.
What did Chase have to lose to say that? Nothing. So, you know, because his mom wasn't going to say, well, you'll never see Chuck again because she hates Chuck. And she's happy that there's a babysitter.
Right.
So, but you would think you would say that also. You would remind the fans this happened to these people. Something you'd say in real life. So it is weird how we didn't see anybody process it even after. Nothing.
Yeah, because up to this point, the show was good at, you know, keeping things in like the process stage for a little bit, a couple episodes afterward, or even we know from a different trauma that Brooke, you know, is brought back to that assault attack, you know, in the next season. So it comes back eventually, but with this one, just completely skipped over.
Well,
until now.
Well, also too, like when Jamie was kidnapped at Lucas's first wedding. There was that episode after that was supposed to be like a month later, remember? And remember he was still sleeping in Haley's bed. Haley wasn't letting him out of her sight unless it was with Nathan. It was like only those two could watch him. Like, at least we got that of like maybe Jamie's okay, but mom and dad can't process him being with anybody but the two of them. It's like, oh, I don't know. That's a good thought. Like, of course, your kid might be fine, but you won't be, you know, because you're terrified of what's going to happen. So it's like, you would think, especially because Haley was pregnant, that you would have that, oh my God, we almost lost him. I also don't want to lose this baby. Now I have to protect two of them.
Yeah, that stress could have done something bad to Lydia. Yeah.
But yet it just seemed like the next episode, we're cool. Huh? I don't know. That was just a little weird to me. It could have also been played. Remember when Nathan, it could have been like that next episode, Nathan was home with Jamie studying because he would rather be studying at home with Jamie and watching him to make sure he's okay, to make sure Nathan needs to be near him. They could have been played that way from what happened. First, he's just studying at home.
Yeah, they could be strict about them only driving him from now on or something. Yeah.
I don't know. It could have been like more of that of like, one of us needs to be home with him at all times, so he's okay. There's nothing of that. It is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because there was no evidence that, I mean, we didn't get to see the police.
Right.
So
It's like nobody showed up. It was just
done and over.
Julian. Yeah.
Brooke came back to life and we moved on.
Yeah, like Haley and Nathan were like the help. Yeah.
So I think because of that, I just think like, because we don't know what was said to police, we don't know what happened at the hospital, because they would have had to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what happened. So it's like, because of all of that, I think they just pushed it away. Julian thought of good things and there was no evidence. So let's just keep it moving. But now there's evidence.
Yeah, and I feel like Brooke would have had to at least stay one night in the hospital too, so like they could observe her, after dying temporarily. So
Because you think her lungs would be great to go home?
right, no.
Because
She
she
could
was
have
out.
she could have maybe had a collapsed lung or something. Who knows? So it could have been really bad.
And then didn't Chuck have like a concussion?
Yep, he was bleeding. Yep, and
So he'd have to be in the hospital.
dazing on and off. Yeah,
Yeah, he'd have to be in the hospital.
yeah, for observation. Yep.
So yeah, I just feel like there should have been an episode in between that episode and the bridal
Mm-hmm.
thing,
Yeah.
because how do you go from a dark episode to fun?
Right.
Like, I want to see that.
Yeah, they probably had a limit of episodes this season, so it's either like have the bridal shower with the girls or focus on this, and maybe they just want to focus on the happy for once.
But this show has been made on dark, scary moments.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if something's different with the writers this season. I don't know, but yeah, it definitely seems more happier this season. At least after Brooke and Julian get married for the most part until this plotline gets brought up.
Because it is weird how like the first 5 seasons were like dark, and then it's like, huh? I mean, they went through some dark stuff on here and tough things, and you go from that to being like,
Mm-hmm.
It is weird.
Right.
So yeah, and it's weird how it was just never talked about, and until here, where all of a sudden there's evidence.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this whole thing, Nathan's acting like he's a detective, and he's going after the wrong person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then at least they brought up too how the sadness and grief is going with Brooke and Julian and the baby, because Clay tells him he's sorry about that, and Julian says Brooke's devastated, and Clay points out that the positive thing is that he still has her. She didn't die on the bridge. That's a lot coming from him.
Is it weird that Clay drove Julian? I didn't realize they were besties, first of all.
Yeah, I'm surprised Nathan wasn't there with them, at least. Yeah.
I don't think that car holds 3 people, but I was just like, why is it just Clay and Julian? Like, I've never seen a scene with just the 2 of them.
Right.
I was like, because think about it. If Nathan is bringing these 2, wouldn't he be like, they're probably at their own houses or something? You'd be like texting or calling them and be like, come, and they come separately. Like, what? It's not like Clay's gonna, I'll come and get you. What?
Yeah, I guess this was during when Nathan took Jamie to the class of Kellerman's, probably.
Yeah, but I would still think if you're calling them to meet up at his house, they would be driving separately because they weren't like, when were they together? You know what I mean? Like, I could see if they were close and as friends and they were hanging out together, like you would see like Mouth and Skills, but like they're not close. So it doesn't really make any sense. I did like the scene, but I just thought it was a little odd for the 2 of them.
And then Kellerman's class starts and notices Jamie sitting down, saying his class gets younger every day.
That was funny.
And he asks for his name, and Jamie answers, "It's Jamie Scott."
And he goes, "Oh, who's your father?" Nathan Scott. He's right there. Oh my God. And then Nathan had to bring up the accident.
Yeah, in front of everybody. Yeah, that was, gutsy for him.
There's 50 kids in the class.
Yeah, because I feel like he could get in trouble. What's the word?
Accusing someone?
Yeah, falsely accusing. Yeah, so Surprised I didn't come back and get him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna bite you in the ass,
Mhm.
as it should, because like you're ruining someone's reputation that you are accusing. You don't even know if they did it.
Mhm.
You're accusing them of killing or possibly
Yeah.
killing
Almost. Mhm.
2 people.
Right.
What? So
Right.
that makes no sense, Nathan. You should tone it down.
Mhm. And then Kellerman jokes how, like, did Nathan have trouble finding a babysitter for his son? Or
That
did he
was
bring him to match wits with him like his so-called business partner? Because Nathan does bring guests with him more than once.
when he's trying to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
This one was not proven. The
Yeah.
last one was proven.
Mm-hmm.
And I did think it was funny when he's like, because the last one looked like this one. As in Clay was very young.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny. But
Yeah.
also, I want to know where. So, like, okay, so in Nathan's seat is Jamie, but that means Nathan had to kick somebody out of their seat.
Unless they didn't show up that day.
Because that's what I was thinking was like, this is a full classroom. Like Nathan would have to kick somebody out.
Mm-hmm. And then Nathan explains he brought his son to see him again because the last time was brief.
Yeah, and Professor Kellerman's like, we've never met. I don't know what you're talking about. And he was even like trying to tell Nathan, like, stop it.
Yeah.
And Nathan just wouldn't. And finally he was like, well, we can speak after in my office.
Mm-hmm.
And so like then apparently like Nathan and Jamie leave, but then Professor Kellerman's like, class dismissed. Like, we're done for the day. I'm like,
Yeah, because he had to think what he had to do too.
I'm like, oh, that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I also get it for the point of like, that's embarrassing.
Right.
Like Nathan just accused you in front of everyone, and you were going to like him,
Mm-hmm.
and he just did that in front of the whole class.
Right.
You would think though, like leaving the class, especially leaving early, you would think everybody would be talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the biggest thing. I'd be like, oh my gosh, can you believe what just happened in his class? I gotta tell you all about it.
Mm-hmm. And then Quinn shows up at the label and messes around by singing Eye of the Tiger with a mic. But then Alex walks in and Quinn stops singing embarrassed, and Alex just stands there silent but shocked and confused.
Can I just say I loved when Quinn was singing. Because she was just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just no one said you had to be a singer. You just have to have fun. And that's exactly what Quinn was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because of everything, like she's went through, it's nice to see her have fun. So whether she's doing the toaster strudel thing, it's like,
or pastry,
yeah, pastry. It's like that was cute and adorable. This is also cute. Like I love Quinn having fun. I love when they all have moments of having fun. Because isn't that what it's also all about? Is the drama, but also having fun.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of music moments too. Yeah.
Like you don't always want your characters to go through so much trauma. You want them to have fun. And it was great. I love the fact that she's not a singer and she just having fun. Like, let's go with it.
Mm-hmm. And then this scene was a little bit boring to me. Just Millie and Mouth talking about, topics you could discuss for the news.
Did you really say this was?
Well, it's just Mouth was going on and about the airports,
I'm just laughing because you said something Mouth said was boring.
Well, it's just he was just going about the flights, so it was just like a lot of time. So
wasted.
Yeah, well, that could be shortened down a little bit.
You know what could have happened? We could have had 30 more seconds of how Nathan broke into Professor Kellerman's garage.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see that more.
Yeah.
Our answers. I will say that it was funny when he was like going on, because of that, I have to take my shoes off. And I'm like, do you think you're above everybody else?
Right.
So does everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I would rather go through all of that and be safe on a plane. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
And what was weird was Nathan was talking about not even what happened on 9/11. which
Right.
is why we have those protections. It's not
Mhm.
because some guy had his shoes off. All this protocol happened because of 9/11. So I'm like, what? Because remember when they did Dawson's Creek and I was laughing because it aired after 9/11 and clearly they filmed it before 9/11. So like
Mhm.
Pacey and Joey are like going through the airport and I'm like, that would never happen because this happened after 9/11 and you
Right.
can't just run through the airport. I'm like, huh, they filmed that before. Um,
Mhm.
and so here, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I think too. I just remember. I think Friends had an episode where it's going to be something to like. It was supposed to be like a someone actually had something in the airport, but they had to change it because 9/11 happened. So that would have been funny. I don't know. I'm just remembering something. So yeah, it even shows how to change things up. But yeah, and this was about 10-ish years after the fact now. But yeah,
Mhm.
Mouth just seems really upset about it. Yeah.
all these all these protocols and he's just so upset. It's like,
Mhm.
again, I would rather go through the security than have something bad happen.
Mhm.
Like, really, Mel? Okay,
Right.
that just tells me you're selfish. If you're so, oh, I have to do this.
Yeah, everything else was valid except that, yeah, because he's like
Um,
talking about like the charges for this and that, yeah.
yeah, I was just like, wow, you're selfish. If you are only concerned with yourself, also, would you rather have something bad happen?
Mhm.
You're an idiot. Like, honestly, truly, you're an idiot if you don't want protocols to happen.
Right.
I mean, yes, it's sad that that's what has to happen, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I'd rather be safe.
Right. And then there's a scene where we find out that Lydia's middle name is also Bob
We
after the
knew
cat.
we knew that
Oh yeah, from the yeah, never mind, I forgot with
when
Brooke.
she was well, no, when she was born. She said, "This is
Yeah,
Lydia Bob
I
Scott."
forgot, yeah, or I forgot, but we see Jamie's response to it because apparently he wanted Chester to be used for the name.
Okay, he really thinks that he's gonna name the sister.
Well, I mean, it's fair enough because cat, bunny, both pets. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, yeah, but he really thinks that he's gonna. His mom's middle name is Bob. That's
Mm-hmm.
it's the only reason why she was named after the cat.
Right.
You know, I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's funny that he said if he has a kid, their middle name's gonna be Chester.
I also laughed because Haley was like, "That's fair." I'm like, "Huh? You do realize this is your son, and clearly." In your family, women name the children, so I don't really think that he's gonna have a chance to name his kid Chester. That's
Yeah.
it literally was in my head. I was like, "Haley, you named both of your kids." I was like, what? You mean to tell me Jamie's gonna be able to name his kid? I highly doubt it." It was just funny because 'cause I'm like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm. And then Jamie learns the name of Kellerman's dog and wonders if Ian's middle name is Doggist as well.
Do you know what I also think is crazy is, like, Nathan is going through all of this and not even telling Haley.
Yeah.
Because Haley and Jamie are just having this, like, kind of fun, like, you know, they're talking about Ian, they're talking about Kellerman, like, as if nothing happened.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to try to have Kellerman face consequences and then tell Haley to assure her everything's fine. Justice has been made and all that.
Yeah, but we all know Nathan doesn't make the best choices. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
He usually does things and then has to apologize for it later.
Yeah,
Um,
because Julian doesn't tell Brooke either.
well, she's going through something though.
Yeah.
Like Haley, okay, it's one thing. Okay, it would have been one thing if Haley was still pregnant because you don't want, okay, you should always tell the person. Like, I'm not ever saying don't keep something from somebody, but I could see it differently if Haley was still pregnant and she was, you're getting to, have the baby, closer. I could see where it would be like, I'm going to keep this a secret until she has the baby because stress isn't good. Well, now she had the baby. So you can tell her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what stress? Like, yes, if she gets stressed out about this, well, at least she's not pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, so what would be his excuse now? Because she's not pregnant. You can't stress her out to where the baby would be unhealthy and unsafe. Like, it's just weird. Also, sorry, but like Haley would want to know. I'd want to know. Like, you would just want to know. So it is weird how like Nathan is just going to keep this a secret. I mean, does he ever tell Haley? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. But now to make fun of her, Alex is singing Eye of the Tiger in the studio in front of Quinn. But Quinn lets her know that she got some of the lyrics wrong. And then this is where we learn that Quinn is there helping Haley at the labels since she's home with Lydia.
But she also has no idea what she's doing.
Yeah, and somehow kind of sets it up that she is going to have Alex open for the band that she doesn't even have booked yet. Yep.
Okay, I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Making big decisions like that is like phone calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why in the hell is Peyton not doing this?
Because she doesn't work there anymore. She quit when she moved.
What is she doing?
I don't know, stay-at-home mom. I don't know.
I cannot picture Peyton would just not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Maybe
what I mean?
make a new label or do something music industry-wise. I don't know.
It's just weird because I'm like, Peyton would be a, but don't you think, okay, even if Haley owns it and Peyton no longer owns it, you would think, okay, I'm not going to be here for a couple weeks or months or whatever. Peyton would be able to step in because she knows how to do it. She doesn't really want the label to go crashing down because Haley is home. So I'm just like, why wouldn't Peyton step in for a couple months, do this, and then she can walk away again? It makes no sense.
Yeah, just the same reason why she wasn't at Brooke's wedding, basically.
Okay, but the label, I feel like, because you created it, is kind of more important than a friendship that's rocky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and well, I know it because I mean of the whole behind the scenes thing, but it's like they can't have another Miranda come in and she can't come back. So yeah,
Because it's just weird. Like, this was Peyton's whole life.
mm-hmm.
And music has always been important. And I get, like, you almost died. So, like, now your daughter is the most important thing, as it should be. But also, like, for a few months, you can step in. Especially because you know what's going on. Like, you know the business. Quinn doesn't know the business. You talk to, or at least Lucas, talks to Nathan and Haley. I mean, what? You can take care of the phone calls. Like, Quinn could maybe do like the studio times, but like Peyton, I feel like could do the phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have to be there in person. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and I guess Mia's too busy on tour to come back too. So,
and this is also a way to throw in Peyton, like that she's still involved by saying, yeah, Peyton's going to get you whatever band it was. It's, you know what I mean? Or like we're in the works of that band or something where it's not on Quinn because all of a sudden Quinn has magical powers. And it's like, what? Where Peyton would have had magical powers. You know, all the time she would stalk bands. It's like she would have the magic to do it where Quinn wouldn't. So I'm just like, that makes no sense.
Right. And then Kellerman and Nathan talk, and Kellerman tells Nathan whatever he thinks he knows. He made a mistake, so he's like trying to tell Nathan straight out, like exactly whatever you're thinking, you're not right about.
Yep,
But
and Nathan still just keeps accusing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Nathan goes to say he found the car. Kellerman points out that that's his house and car, and they're his business. And then Nathan, like Julie and Nathan goes off about how he was selfish by leaving his son alone, and a good friend almost died in front of him, his godmother, and all that. And then He brings up the bourbon bottle under the front seat that, again, like we said before, shouldn't even be there after all this time. Yeah, so Kellerman again tells Nathan he's making a mistake. And then Nathan says, so, he had the accident the night at the big storm, smashed the front of the, Wagoneer and then drove away without anybody seeing. Meanwhile, a different Wagoneer, crashed into his son's on the same night at the same time, then drove away. Eyewitness is mistaken, and Kellerman just says he has nothing else to say to him, so. But then Nathan keeps going on about their, being stuck in the car, his son almost drowned.
Yeah, apparently Professor Kellerman really doesn't care.
Yeah.
Which I will say was a little shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that you didn't do it, but like, you should at least have some concern that like someone could have died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a father, yeah.
Like, okay, even if you weren't there, right? You weren't there. You don't think your kid was there. Well, somebody did it. So like, you should still be concerned that somebody almost killed them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird. Like when you hear a story, a crime story, you don't go, oh, well, no, you're like, that's terrible.
Right.
What?
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually talking face to face with this person and you have no remorse.
Right.
I get you didn't do it, but like, have some concern that it happened.
Mm-hmm. And then Brooke is looking at the same three color. Just a second back. Yeah, because it's like if he doesn't show that he cares, then it just makes him look more guilty that he did do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he didn't care then and drove away, he's still not caring now. Yeah. Yeah, so Brooke is still looking at the same three colors that she was deciding between for the baby's nursery. And she's still packing more things away. So Julian tells her like he can do it for her. So she doesn't, have to go through this, longer with the grief. And she says she's fine. She'll do it. And then meanwhile, Quinn is having a great time with Lydia, singing to her until Haley walks in. And she tells her that she did get that band after all to play at Tric. And then Haley tells Quinn that Lydia needs to nap now, although Quinn doesn't want to leave her. So that was cute. And then Brooke and Julian are about to paint over the colors when Brooke's phone rings and it says close over bros. So she answers it saying hello. Meanwhile, Alex says hello when she goes to Tric, and Chase walks in calling her the famous actress Alex Dupre or the world famous singer Alex Dupre. And Alex says she's not world famous yet, but someday. Then shows him her new glasses saying it's baby steps, about her insecurity of them. And then he asks how is she doing with the boys in the booth, and Alex says she doesn't know, considering that he gave her job to mouth after he tied a cherry stem with his tongue. Then says she's doing quite well, and Chase agrees, saying he's proud of her. And then Brooke meets up with Victoria to tell her clothes over bros offered her a job, and Victoria already guesses what's it all about.
Isn't it a little weird that she is just like, really? So it was this? Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah, and guessing vice president and all that, and
questionable.
Yeah, like she maybe set it up,
Like she called them. My daughter's depressed. I need her to have a job. I need her to go to New York and get away from Tree Hill. Remember, she's always been about getting her away.
Mm-hmm. And then how long has it been since Brooke moved from New York? Because apparently the company still owns her apartment, so they were paying rent this whole time.
I know, that was weird. I was like, huh?
Yeah, so.
Because I thought when Brooke came back, she was done.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah, like that wasn't really necessary to say, I'm sure she could find something, even if it was like temporary, and then find something bigger, better later on. And then Victoria asks Brooke if she would ever go back to New York full time, and Brooke says she will, and Julian wants to too.
Yeah, and so Victoria's all happy. You guys are going to New York. It's like, okay. Also, the fact that Victoria and Brooke are now like great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe Victoria possibly did this for Brooke because she knew how sad she felt about the baby and the adoption and all that.
But isn't it weird how all of a sudden they're just so close again?
Right. And the last time they talked was when Victoria mentioned her imprisonment, when Chloe was there for the Haley's baby shower. So that was all loosened and everybody else start talking about their time in jail. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird because I'm like, didn't realize you guys were like great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Enough to
Yeah.
tell deep things like this, like
Mm-hmm.
involving the company again. Like, this is the person that got rid of your company.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're going to go and say, I might work for them, to the same person that did it. Like, you would still have this company if it wasn't for Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell her things like that.
Right. Yeah. Victoria tells her that this is her baby to make her focus on it now. Yeah. And then at the river court, Jamie tells Nathan that he wants to play a game with Lydia there, but then they see that the hoops have been removed.
Yeah.
And
So then,
Yep.
yes. Well, so then Nathan calls Mouth to find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Professor Kellerman shows up.
Yep.
And wants to talk to Nathan.
Mm-hmm. And tells Jamie he's sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
And Jamie thinks it's cool about the dog riding the skateboard and all that. So Kellerman tells Nathan he's been a professor for nearly 30 years, and he's a senior academic with tenure, meaning he can't be fired without cause, usually from severe misconduct, because it protects teachers from other things and not allow them to drive drunk and flee the scene of an accident, which is what he did. So this was his confession. And he makes up the story that he was having dinner and didn't want to wait out the storm after drinking, and he drove drunk, which was wrong. So he tells Nathan that he's already resigned his position, and he'll pay for the damages for the vehicle, hospital bills, all of it. And he would appreciate it if the authorities would not be involved, because he doesn't want Ian to get in trouble.
Okay, the fact that he went through all this, like he told Nathan, it's talking about, to, I'm resigning.
Mm-hmm.
What? If that doesn't tell me you're guilty, what else tells me? It's
Right.
like, you told Nathan, wasn't you? And then the next thing is you're resigning. And to a job that you love, that's your life. And you're going to tell me that you are what?
Yeah, you think that maybe he would just like ask Nathan, like, if you want me to step away from my job, I will, like kind of giving him that, chance of maybe keeping his job.
Or maybe like, show me proof.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you weren't there that night. I don't know, just something of like.
And yeah, Nathan didn't question his whole turnaround either in like a day or so. Yeah.
It's weird. I'm like, and also, like he said, he's been a professor for 30 years. That's your whole life. Like, this is all he knows and loves. And you're going to just give that up in a second?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah. And then he says it's a shame that the condos are going to be built on the river court because parks are important to the community for fathers and sons, everyone.
But also I was thinking too, here you go. Another thing of like, Professor Kellerman is a tad bit like Dan, and the fact that he will go to jail for his son.
Yep.
I'm like, so basically, your kid is going to learn nothing because of you.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, both fathers were thinking of their sons' sports careers. Yep, before they started.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, seriously, no, not again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this duo, father and son, was supposed to be like a whole mirror of Nathan and Dan. Yeah.
Well, but the hard part is that Ian is in his 20s.
Right.
When Nathan did all that bad stuff, he was still a teenager.
Yep.
So I feel like it was a tad bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you should still never do all the stuff Nathan did, but like, at least Nathan grew up and learned. But Ian just, I guess, will never learn. And he'll never thank his father, because that's the other issue. Nathan thanked Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Dan went to prison or
jail?
Nathan
felt so guilty.
And Nathan was like, I need to confess. I did it. And it was like, because he just couldn't live with that.
Yeah.
And even though Dan was like, shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, huh?
And Ian's fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, Ian's in his 20s, older than Nathan, and he's just like, you go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Smack you upside the head.
Yeah, it's like
that needs to happen.
Yeah, it's like he thinks his dad deserves this for being a bad father to him, even though he didn't do it, and it was, so.
Yep. No, I don't agree with this at all.
Yeah. And then Quinn and Haley video chat each other from Haley's home to Tric, where Quinn is, so Haley can watch the show as well while she's at home with Lydia.
And so that was funny because Haley's like, like do something, entertain me. So she starts like dancing and stuff and singing.
And that's when the band walks in. Yep.
Yep, and it was funny.
Yep, and she's embarrassed again.
Well, I would too.
Yeah, and like tells them hi, and then turns around to look at Haley like, I can't believe that's their first impression of her.
Well, especially because she's supposed to be professional.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and she's not just some person that's there to watch this performance. She's supposed to be in charge.
Right, and this is a real band too. I don't know if you knew. I just looked it up before this. We started recording.
Aren't most of them?
I think, but yeah, I never know because some of these I never even heard. So this is one of them.
Well, I've never really heard of them either, but I just feel like the ones that are characters on the shows are not, except for like Nick Lachey, Jana Kramer, like that kind of stuff. But like other people, I mean, I would think that they're all bands that have performed.
Yeah, the only ones that were made up was the one Mia was in, I think, as far as I can recall. Yeah.
Well, that one makes sense.
Yeah. And then Ian meets with Nathan and Clay at the restaurant.
And talking about his father.
Yep, he tells Nathan.
And he's just like, this shouldn't be a problem. You should still represent me. That's all he's thinking of.
Right, and Lydia, which was gross because he tells Nathan, congrats on the baby.
So you ever see me in 17 years?
Yeah. I'm surprised Nathan didn't
punch him.
Yeah, or put him in jail right there and then too, or probably wishes later that he did. Yeah.
Well, what's he gonna put him in jail for?
The hit and run.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know Ian did it.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying about like later when he does know, like he wished that he could go back and do it sooner after he said that.
I was just waiting for Nathan to knock him out. I'm like, get him to stop talking, please.
Right. Yeah, so he's, telling the guys he hopes what his father did doesn't affect them and all that.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah. And, Clay tells him it doesn't because they're, signed with him, not his dad and all that. And talking about the scouts being to see him soon. And then Nathan tells Ian it's like what he told him on the mound. His father cannot, get to him there, so he can just focus on the game with the scouts watching him. And that's all he needs to do. And then Ian still wants to celebrate Nathan becoming a father again with drinks again.
Yeah, and then he said, and then he's like, "What's your daughter's name?"
That
was weird.
Yeah, I like to make a toast to her. Yeah.
Well, it was weird because Nathan's like, "I already told you."
Yeah, so
that should have. Well, that should have given Nathan another indication that somebody is guilty.
Yep, and then
because also think about it too. He has no remorse because he's believing that his father did this. He has no remorse that his father did this. Like, if you want to be different than the person you're accusing as being the worst father ever, you should probably have a little remorse for the accident, even if you didn't do it in your head.
Right. And that's when we hear about Nathan bringing up Alex, how he was going to see her, but she blew him off. And then that's when
you mean Ian was going to see her?
Yeah. What did I say, Clay?
No, you said Nathan.
Oh, I meant Ian. But Nathan tells Ian that to ask Clay why Alex knows he can see the ocean from his bedroom. And Ian just thinks it's impressive. He doesn't, not mad about this. And then when he wants to avoid a conversation, Clay just likes to talk about what food he's going to get, like always. And then Haley learns about the river court being taken down for the condos. And she tells Brooke it's going to be so weird not having it there. It reminds her that they're not who they used to be anymore.
So like Haley, I get both sides. I mean, because like they're in two different parts right now. Brooke is still depressed. Haley's happy, she has her family. And for Haley, like Jamie is used to the river court. And she obviously wants Lydia to go there. And, it could be definitely a family thing where Brooke is like, because she doesn't have kids, she's just like, it should just all be gone. It'd be better that way. It's like,
Yeah, well, Haley had more time there because she was growing up with Lucas and the other guys there too, way before she even met Brooke officially.
yes, that's why that's why I get where Haley's like, no, I kind of want the river court. It's sad. Where like Brooke's like, it just needs to go.
Yeah, I mean, Brooke was, I think, mainly there when she was seeing Lucas, so that's probably why she doesn't want to see it anymore either.
Yeah, but her and Lucas seemed fine.
Yeah,
I mean, she was the maid of honor at the wedding.
I don't know, it just seems like there's something like bad memory-wise that she doesn't want to remember.
No, I think it's her way of, because she just wants a new start. So everything that's happened up until now, she kind of wants to erase, like all the bad stuff. And I think that's why she's like, that's how we're going to go to New York. And it's like, so then just go to New York and forget about the river court. Like, I think it's her way of being like, I want a fresh start, where Haley's like, no, I'm content right here with my old life. And they're just going through two different things, because she even brings up New York. And I think that's just her, I need a new start.
Yeah, and then Skills learns about it too.
Well, I think too, she, everything was coming together in her head when the river court existed. She was building her company. She thought she was going to be successful. I mean, she was successful. So it's just like, because she even said, of the person you thought you were going to be. I don't think it has anything to do with Lucas. I think it has everything to do with everything that's happened to her. She thought she was going to be a mom. She thought she was going to own her own business and have it for 50 years. It didn't happen that way.
Right. Yeah, so Skills learns about the tear down of the river court and knocks down a sign for it. And Mouth hates this too, saying they spent most of their lives out there. And Mouth even says that they called every game there him and Jimmy. And then Millie says maybe there's something they can do, find out what's really happening and how soon.
Isn't it a little weird they didn't bring up Lucas? They brought up Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Lucas is what brought the show to the river court.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for Lucas, nobody would really care.
Yeah, they didn't mention Fergie or Junk either. They were always there. Yeah. And Skills says it's the end of an era, and now the next scene, Alex is nervous about performing, wanting a drink and a boy to calm her down. And Chase says, so much for baby steps. And Alex says Mia was right. She's not a musician. She's just an actress pretending to be one. And Chase tells her she's not, because he's heard her songs and they're great, and so is she. And he tells her not to drink the shot that she poured, and she lets him take it instead while she eats the lime, and then she kisses him, getting her drink and guy in one. And she says she likes having a boy with a booze chaser. And poor Chase thought she was really kissing him and not to get the booze from his lips. So she's ready to perform now.
Well, he did her dirty, so
yeah,
he kind of deserves it.
And then Quinn introduces her and she starts singing. And then a bit later, Quinn mentions to Chase that Alex is single and sexy, and then takes the photos of her on stage. Meanwhile, Nathan and Jamie are with Lydia, and Brooke is pouring herself a drink but hesitates to drink it. And Julian is at the river thinking about that night of the crash with the flashback. I think this is the second time we've got a flashback of that night too. And then that's when he finds Jamie's ribbon from the spelling bee he won that night, second place. And then
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
How is it after months later it's still there?
I don't remember. Was it in the water, or was it like near the edge of the, like in the dirt or whatever by the water?
Yeah, it wasn't in the water.
Okay, so maybe it washed up and just stayed there for a while. But yeah, I think it probably would have been more torn up than it was when Julian found it, at least. Yeah.
I just find it a little weird because usually when they go back to crime scenes,
Mm-hmm.
that's why you really can't, it's harder to find evidence months later than days because
Right.
people are walking around like it's just weird. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just perfectly placed right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Months later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Clay tries on a cowboy hat and is feeling it, but then leaves it behind before going to Tric. Elsewhere, Skills is playing ball in the river court while Mouth and Millie dance, all while Alex is still performing, but then it ends. And then Julian is looking at pictures from the winter trip they took when his movie was coming out and others of Jamie. And then he declines beer from Nathan, and then Nathan tells him that Kellerman talked to him yesterday, admitted it was him, and he even gave up his position as a professor and is
Yep.
offering to pay for everything.
And then Julian wants to confront him and talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan's like, I think that's fair. And I'm like, I mean, because Nathan was at least somewhat calm,
Mm-hmm.
where Julian's like,
Yeah.
he wants to hit somebody.
Yeah, because Nathan has accepted his apology and what he's doing to make it right, while Julian isn't. Yeah. And then Julian feels like it's on their end, like what they want to do with him, and he doesn't like that either.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Do you think Nathan is being too lenient? Like
Yeah.
when it comes to things that happened to Jamie versus Haley,
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to kill people.
Right.
When Nanny Carey did what she did to Jamie, he
Mm-hmm.
he didn't do anything.
Right.
Here, he's being fine. Like, oh, he yelled at Kellerman a little. Wow, congrats. What? If this was Haley, oh my God, this would be a totally different story. Like, where is that Nathan?
Yeah, maybe.
This is your blood.
Yeah, maybe they're showing that Nathan has somehow matured in that way, I guess, maybe.
But but I guess it's hard because like Nathan, I mean, it was when he was an adult. Remember, he hit what's his face, or he almost did. It's just like I don't know. It's just kind of weird because it just seems like things that you should be enraged about,
Mm-hmm.
especially involving your kid, because you're supposed to have a totally different kind of love for your kid. I mean, this is what you created versus your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. And I just feel like he's not as angry as he should be
Mm-hmm.
for this. Like, do you remember in the future, like when Julian goes to the extreme about one of the twins?
Mm-hmm.
Because he did.
Yeah.
Where is that Nathan? Of like, you know what I mean? Because he kind of
Mm-hmm.
still blamed Haley for the whole, you know what I mean, with the whole like Nanny Carey thing. It was his fault, but he still wanted to blame somebody else. And it's like here he's not as enraged as Julian. It's just weird. I don't know. I just feel like really, like, where
Mm-hmm.
is the angry Nathan? Where's the one
Right.
that should be so upset that you almost lost your son, your
Mm-hmm.
child?
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't know. It's just strange.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like if Dan was around, he'd be more furious than Nathan is.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's strange to me. Like I just feel like Nathan should be more angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could not be in the same. Like I feel like because he loves walking out. I feel like he would be like, okay, like as Kellerman's talking, he just is like, I am leaving before I knock you out or something. Like I want that.
Mm-hmm.
Of like,
Right.
you don't have to attack him, but you
Mm-hmm.
want to.
Right.
Like, the old Nathan's going to come back out because it should. This involved your son almost dying.
Mm-hmm.
This should enrage you to attack him. as what Julian is going through. And the fact that it's not is actually bothering me. I don't like this, Nathan.
Right. The only way that the reason that Carrie left him alone was because Dan killed her.
Yes, that's what I mean. Dan was the one that was ready to go and do it. But not Nathan. Yeah. Think about it. Do you remember when the accident happened and he was more concerned with Haley being alive than the baby? Remember, he's like, oh, I almost like the baby too. It's like, it seemed like he was so much more upset over Haley not waking up than the baby. And it's like, you do realize there's a baby in there too. And it's like, just everything was always about losing Haley. Never about losing your baby? I don't know. I just never really got that. So I was like, I just wish there was like the scene. Because think about it. If you're so upset, that old you is going to come back. Because you're upset, as you should be. So it's like, I would think that would have been a perfect scene of like, I'm going to leave before I knock you out.
Right.
And walks away. I mean, even when Ian's being perverted of his daughter, fathers are so damn protective of their daughters. Nathan would especially be upset over that comment about his baby. A true baby. What? And he's not like, shut up before I knock you out. Like, I love the fact that Nathan grew up. But some parts of him, when it's things like that, I feel the old Nathan should be coming back out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because in your head, that's what you're supposed to happen. Like, you can stay calm and cool and collected and be an adult, all of that. But when something terrible's happened, you kind of want somebody to be enraged, like Julian, over you. You kind of want your father to be that upset. Not Nathan upset. I want my dad to be Julian upset. Like, what? And Julian didn't seem like that person.
Right.
But now he's turning into the old Nathan, which is good for the temper. And Nathan's not. It's like,
yeah, not too long ago we saw Julian chasing butterflies on the baseball field, and now he's ready to confront Kellerman. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, what? I don't know. So I just kind of feel like, yeah, Nathan wants the answers, but he's not like going deep into it, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
He needs to be meaner.
And then Haley tunes in for the show, and then the band performs, and then Clay gets there, joking that he couldn't get in because his name wasn't on the list.
That was funny.
Yeah. And then Julian gets home to where Brooke still hasn't drinking her shot, but says he has a better idea and gives her ice cream. And then Ian is practicing when his father shows up, and they kind of stare at each other for a while in silence. And then Ian says now he shows up, and Kellerman admits that he made mistakes with him and his mother and in general. He's sorry for that. And Ian says saying sorry doesn't fix anything.
So in this scene, Ian goes after Professor Kellerman. And he's like, well, you shouldn't have done it.
Right.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if he was so drunk that he doesn't even remember he did it, or just kind of, gaslighting himself to believe that his father did it. Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, my mouth dropped. I was like, what is happening? Because he doesn't even get it. Like, I would, at that point, if I was Kellerman, I would not put my life on the line for that dumbass. I just wouldn't. Like, you have no morals. You have no remorse for people. You don't even think you did it. Yeah, I'm not throwing my life away because of you. Nope.
And then Kellerman tells Ian that he misses his mother every day, but he's thankful that she's not there to see this, to what's become with them. But Ian just tells him the scouts are coming soon, so Kellerman just tells him good luck. Yep.
So annoying.
And then Julian goes to see Kellerman at his office later that night and tells him who he is and that his wife was the one that was in the car that he hit. And now Kellerman tells him he's sorry for that, actually showing remorse, and Julian asks if he thinks that's enough. And he tells Kellerman that he watched her lunch fill with water because of what he did and, everything that happened.
So I will say, like, when Julian brings up he almost lost his wife, Nathan almost lost his son. Again, Julian's more upset over Brooke and Julian or over Brooke and Jamie than Nathan is. But like, when Kellerman then tells him, I lost my wife and son too.
Mm-hmm.
What? Like, you lost your wife first. I don't know how, but like, what do you mean you lost your son? He's right out there playing.
Yeah, he meant like no longer in his life. Like they were not going to really talk after this.
I know that part, but it's stupid to say that when Julian just said Jamie almost lost his life.
Mm-hmm.
Your son is out there having a life. What do you mean you lost your son? No, you didn't. Go out there and fix it. You have time to fix it. Nathan truly almost lost his son.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Someone almost dying compared to somebody you're just not having a relationship with your kid is not the same thing. So I was like, yeah, you almost lost you did lose your wife. Okay. But you are not going through the same thing that Nathan almost went through. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me that. And I would have been so upset if I was Julie, and I'd have been like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that scene could have been a little bit longer. Of like, explain this to me. How you think that Nathan's son not taking another breath is the same thing as your son out there drinking and partying.
Mm-hmm.
And you being able to fix it. How is that not the same thing? Or how is that the same thing? Because it's not. You can watch your son from afar like Dan can. Nathan would not have been able to watch his son at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same thing. So honestly, when Kellerman said that, I was like, that's not even right.
Right.
Because a death is different than you not having a relationship. Again, if he becomes a pro, you can still buy a ticket and go to the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could Nathan have done that? No. So don't tell me they're the same thing. Now you losing your wife, Julian almost losing his. Okay. But don't tell me that the kid thing is the same, because it's not.
Right.
And I didn't appreciate him saying that, because again, at that point, it did seem like he had no remorse. Like at first, he was kind of apologizing, but then when he brought up how his wife and he lost his wife and his son too, and I was like, no, you don't get it. You do not get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're little like your son, and the fact that you just won't get it. So yeah, I was like, here we go, downfall.
And then Chase and Alex have a little flirt scene after her performance.
I'm sorry, but they're cute. I like them together.
Mm-hmm. And then she wants to be the one to buy him a root beer. And then she brings up Chuck, like how everything's going with him. And Chase says he's a good kid when he's not smarting off or punching him in the stomach, which is most of the time. And Alex says she's sure that he loves spending time with him because she knows she does.
Then he gets a text message that is from Mia.
Complimenting Alex, yeah.
So, like, the thing is, like, how is Alex supposed to get close to him? Like, and in a relationship again, knowing that he's still talking to Mia, his ex. Like, it's just very hard to do. Because you don't know what's going on in their heads. So, it's just a tricky slope to go down.
Yeah, I was saying that Alex and Mia were kind of getting along before Mia left again. So in a way, maybe Alex was saying that text was like in a way of approval, getting it from or through Chase.
I don't know, because remember they did sleep together. So
well, Alex obviously has forgiven them and has given Chase another chance. So
I know. It's just kind of hard to do.
But she still does ask if Chase talks to her a lot, and he says sometimes, but they're just friends. So Alex tells Chase to tell Mia thanks and hi.
Yeah, but remember, he also said they were just friends when he slept with her.
Right. Yeah.
That's why you really can't trust him.
And then Chase gets another text from Chuck this time, who said Alex is hot. And he shows her that he put hot in capital letters with a few exclamation points. And then Skills asks Millie what her next story is going to be about. And Millie says Mouth wants her to do something about the worst airlines.
But then Skills tells her he should do it on the river court.
Better
and
idea.
And how all the people love it and are going to miss it. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. And then Quinn gets to Haley's after the show, and she asks Haley, what did she think of it? And Haley says her and Lydia thought she did amazing. And then Kellerman packs up the rest of his things and thinks
leaves the picture of Ian.
Yep.
That was hilarious.
Yep, and takes one of his dog. Yep.
I know. I would definitely take one of the dog too.
Yeah, so that was like showing that Kellerman's officially done with his son. Yep.
As he should be.
And then Brooke walks into the guest room and she looks at the swatches of green, black, and yellow still on the wall. And then Julian...
I can't believe she was going to do it in black.
Right, yeah. Maybe she thought it'd just been like a nice homage to Chloe, since she was the one giving her the baby. And then Julian walks in and tells her she should take the job in New York. And Brooke asks if he would be okay with that, even though she did mention before that he was okay with that, but still. And then he says he would be great with it, and he thinks it'd be good for both of them, getting out of Tree Hill.
That's what's annoying, is this whole time, it's always been trying to get her to move away. And finally, she's okay with it. And she's like, are you good with it? He's always been okay with moving out of Tree Hill.
Right.
You know, any big city he was good to move to.
And then at Tric, Ian tells Clay and Nathan that the school accepted his dad's resignation, so he's done. And Nathan says he'll drink to that.
Yep. So then he tells Chase. Ian tells Chase what the shots need to be to drink, and the ending happens where he's going on about the drink that he loves so much, which is the same one that was in the car. So now Nathan is like, oh, crap. I got the wrong person. Yep. This doofus is the one that did it.
Yep.
So I did think it was a little weird when they were doing like the flashbacks of like Nathan processing it, because some of those scenes Nathan wasn't even there for.
What scenes now?
Like the ones of Kellerman and his kid. Though, like when he was speaking to him, and I was like, Nathan wasn't there for that. He would not know what Kellerman said to Ian. I was like, or Julian, when he had those scenes with Julian. He wasn't there for. So I was like, no.
Yeah, and then Nathan also thinks about how Kellerman told him it's a shame that the river court is being torn down.
Fathers and sons.
Yeah. So like put that together to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that he's protecting his son. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Like, why is it when shows, not just this one, but like when shows do flashbacks, like of somebody processing the what happened, it's scenes that they weren't even a part of. It's like in real life, you would not have been able to process that because you weren't there.
Right.
Like, so you don't really know what the person said. Julian could have told him what happened, but he would not have known between Ian and Kellerman what happened. Because Ian's not going on. This is exactly what my dad said. No. So that was a little weird, but it was good that he finally got it. The light bulb came off.
Yep.
Which was good. And I think that was a good ending for the episode. So for me, the high. Okay. I loved when Alex performed. Because I am a country music fan. I always have been. And so I knew of Jana Kramer before One Tree Hill because of country music. Because I didn't get onto the One Tree Hill bandwagon until they were ending. But so like when I first watched this and she was performing Whiskey, I was like, oh, I loved listening to Whiskey. So I was like, whoa. I'm like, I love it. Because like songs, like when you listen to from years ago, you're like, it's fun to hear back again. And it being on like, my favorite show now, it's like, oh, that just feels so good. So I loved watching her perform. And actually, I feel like we got to see her perform more than we got to see this band perform.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely did.
And I love too, because I love the song and I love her, that we got to see the whole song. Because sometimes shows cut off the song, right? So I love that it was the whole song too. So it was fun. And I just love her. So so I love to see that part, like seeing her shine. And the low, Nathan accusing Professor Kellerman without really going to the detective side of himself and truly investigating to see who it truly was. Like, you have no evidence, really, because it could have been Ian.
Right.
It could have been a neighbor that took his car. You don't know. So you can't sit there and accuse somebody, threaten them. They need to quit their job. What? So yeah, and especially because Nathan did it again in front of the whole class. That was bad. And he involved his son. He made Jamie go to college to out Kellerman. Jamie should not have been involved.
Right.
So that whole thing was definitely a low for me. And also, obviously, Ian's behavior, just not owning up to it. And just thinking that his dad is a piece of crap when really he should look in the mirror. Yeah, it was just annoying because he's only concerned with himself, and that's it, and it's annoying. Because he even talks about it at the very end. Cheers to me being rich when I get to your age. First of all, they're in their 20s.
Right.
Secondly, I don't think you're going to be that rich, boy.
Yeah, they're all in their 20s, so I know what he was talking about. Yeah.
Well, and too, like, he loves to party. If he gets $5 million, he's going to blow it.
Yep.
So by the time he gets to their age, he's going to have money. So I was just like, okay, Ian. So it was just annoying. What about you?
Yeah, the low was Nathan not thinking things through and just putting a couple of things together, thinking he was right instead of really critically thinking about it. And then the high was all the scenes with Quinn, with her being an aunt to Lydia and her being silly and herself in the studio, even though she got embarrassed a couple of times for it. And then just helping out Haley too at the label. And then rating?
I would rate this a 9. I really like the episode.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I say 8.5 just because Nathan annoyed me without thinking things through.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess at least it was thinking of something. But again, him not telling Haley, come on.
Yeah, and involving Jamie, like you said, because he could just re-traumatize him by doing that. Well,
and then to basically say, Jamie, look, he's the one that did it to you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You don't even know that he did it.
And then again, that could have made Jamie freak out, have a panic attack or something, yeah.
Yeah, like, I can't be near this guy. Yeah, that's annoying. And then who is your best and worst?
Worst was Ian, obviously, because he's letting his dad take the fall, doesn't care, doesn't even think that he did it, and his dad's taking the fall for him, and saying disgusting things about Lydia, and we know that he's just not going to be a good client for Nathan and Clay. And then the best was Quinn, because she's helping out Haley with the studio, and Alex being the opening act for the band, and just her little aunt moments with Lydia that I liked. So yeah. Yours?
Yeah, the worst, definitely Ian for all those things. Like, he is just so gross and perverted and ugh. I can't wait till was it next episode when he's gone off my screen. That'd be nice. Yeah, definitely him as the worst. And then the best, yes, Quinn too. I loved that she stepped up when she doesn't even know how to run a label.
Yeah.
I don't know how she got this band, but congrats. And yeah, I mean, she was helping Alex get further in her career.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see. So with the help from nobody.
Right.
Somehow she was a miracle worker. But yeah, I loved it too because we also got to see the fun side of her, which is what we needed to see.
Yeah.
With all the bad stuff happening.
And
then what's the next episode?
Episode 20, The Man Who Sailed Around His Soul, which you would think that's Ian doing some soul searching, but it's not, unfortunately.
I just can't believe that's a song.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.